Hi, Perry. Charles Ross here, and in my ugly Christmas sweater. We're having a bit of a Christmas party here at my in-laws' house, and so I thought I wanted to get this forum post in before the time expires. So here I am, all festive and everything. um, your post was really interesting to me. It was really incredible, the number of intimate partners that experience IPV. I was curious about it, so I went to the CDC, which also indicated the same thing that you indicated, that 1 in 4 women experience IPV. More alarming to me, I guess. I don't know why I would be more alarmed by it, but it was interesting to see that also 1 in 10 men would also experience the same kind of violence. To me, that was absolutely incredible. And I'm reminded about Scripture as a chaplain, as a pastor. I integrate religion and faith and Scripture into pretty much everything that I do. And so I came up with this scripture from Ephesians chapter 5, verses 25 through 33, which says this: Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up to her, to make her holy, cleansing her by the washing with water through the word, and to present her to himself as a radiant church without stain or wrinkle or any other blemish, but holy and blameless. In this way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. After all, no one ever hated their own body, but they feed and care for their body just as Christ does the church. Now, as healthy Christians, this should be the standard as to how we treat our intimate partners. We treat them as if they are our own body. This is to illustrate that under normal conditions, no one would ever harm their own body. If that is the case, there is no justification for harming our partner. Genesis chapter 2, verses 24 says, that is why a man leaves his father and mother and is united to his wife, and they become one flesh. Moses indicates there is no separation from husband and wife. They are one. To harm one is to harm the other. And that is our starting point when we start to address this problem. And so since your study involves pastoral counseling, and I'm a pastor, and more precisely, I'm an Army chaplain who does pastoral counseling, I will address this part of your study, which is something that I believe is really needed. So I went online, I did a search for Christian counselors, and I came up with this blog from Chris Moles, who is a CMA pastor, but also a certified biblical counselor. And he writes in his blog that domestic violence is not a marriage problem, which I found interesting. He says it's not a marriage problem, it's a heart problem. Therefore, marriage-focused solutions, which is I'm a big fan of, may do more harm than good in cases of domestic violence. Rushing a resolution could prove damaging and even deadly in cases of domestic violence. Now, naturally, as a pastor, I was a bit alarmed at this, but as a counselor, I can see his point. Before we can work on the damage that has been done to the marriage, we have to work on the heart problem, which is the cause leading to violence. Moles goes on to say that most certified biblical counselors believe that marriage counseling endangers the victim because the perpetrator can use couples counseling as a way of using nonverbal cues to embed hidden meanings to the victim, thereby manipulating and controlling them while portraying themselves as a victim. Therefore, a hurried, marriage-focused solution may endanger one party and ultimately undermine the long-term success of the marriage that biblical counselors are desperately trying to save. So Moles likens the process of healing in this context as a hurdle race, meaning that before a racer can complete the race, they must clear each hurdle in order, one at a time. The first hurdle in this instance is the violence that's being done. Communication and reconciliation for the marriage are hurdles too, but they are much closer to the finish line than they are the starting line. So I really love that you chose a biblical perspective. And I really love this topic that you have chosen because the Bible has a lot to say about marriages, much more than the two scriptures that I've shared with you. So I really appreciate the work that you've done on this difficult topic, and I pray that this is only the beginning for you in pursuing a solution for this grave issue. And as you continue researching this and working in your own field, I pray that you have much success. But that's all I have. I appreciate you letting me interact with you. I want to wish you blessings at the end of this course and into any other courses that you may have going forward. But I also want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you. And I look forward to us having classes together if we do. God bless. Bye.